everybody. How's it going? It's Amanda from AmandaCougar.com, and I'm so excited today. We have my dear friend Lisa Lopes here with us. She is, her business is called From the Inside Out Health and Wellness Coaching, and you can find her website at insideouthealthcoach.com. So that's a great place to start. I wanted to ask Lisa here today to talk about some of her offerings that she has. So she does health and wellness coaching, which is so amazing. Definitely think we need more people like this today. I often talk a lot about with my clients that 360 wellness. So I think when you come here for Reiki, we address the spiritual and energetic side of our bodies. But if we go back to our daily lives and we have the same kind of habits that aren't really supporting our wellness, or we don't have that movement or the nutrient-dense food to help support our wellness, we may end up finding ourselves back in that same cycle. So I think having Lisa's perspective is really important and really exciting. So I love to hear what sent you down this path to get you into health and wellness coaching.
Well, thanks so much for having me, first off. And Amanda and I both started out as speech pathologists, so it's kind of funny. We have a very similar path, and really even what led us to this new path. It's kind of interesting, but we both had illness touch our lives personally. My father had a stroke in 2014, and then my mom was diagnosed with a late stage cancer pretty much the month after that. So it was just a lot of being at doctor's appointments and just being surrounded by illness and suffering, and it just made me start to think about my own health and how I was kind of experiencing similar symptoms that my mom was prior to her diagnosis. So she was having trouble sleeping for years. She was having trouble with her digestion, and I was having similar things happen. And so it got me down the rabbit hole of starting to research and looking up things and what causes cancer, and is there anything that can prevent it, and all that type of things. And I just, for myself, who was thinking I was pretty healthy at the time, I wanted to be, I didn't want my genetic, cards that I was dealt to be the end all of what was happening to me. I wanted to see if I had some control. Exactly.
Yeah. Take control of your health, and you're raising your awareness, I think, of
right.
what's going on.
Yeah. And so I ended up finding that you do have control over a lot of things, and that just because you have these genes doesn't mean that you're destined for the same thing, that your family, illness that runs in your family, doesn't mean that can happen to you. You can either turn on those genes or kind of suppress them based on lifestyle, exercising, how you take care of yourself, mind, body. And so that kind of led me on this path down health coaching, and I found a program that was excellent, and I ended up going back during the pandemic and getting nationally certified. I studied for the exam, and so it's a passion of mine. And now, similar to Amanda, when she stumbled across this information and she started to see the benefits in her own life, wants to share with other people. And that's kind of where I am now, just wanting to help other people who are maybe not feeling so great, take control of their health and jumpstart themselves to feeling better, because you can do it. There's a lot that we have control over, more than you think.
That's amazing. Yeah. And Lisa has already been a big wealth of knowledge for me. Hi there, Kathy. See you there.
Kathy.
The video keeps cutting out. I hope that resolves. I was just saying, Lisa's been a wealth of knowledge already for me. Just following her posts. If you want to follow her on Instagram, her Instagram handle is From the Inside Out Health Coach. She has some amazing posts that every day I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, or lots of great recipes and ideas that Lisa's sharing. I love how, I think one of the things that you do really well is try to show us how easy it can be to eat healthy and to cook for ourselves. That it doesn't have to be so scary and so out of reach.
Right.
So I love those ideas that you send.
Thank you.
And one thing that I was wondering when I first hear about health and wellness coaching, what the difference is between a nutritionist and a health coach. So maybe you could talk on that a little bit.
So as a nutritionist, as a health coach, we don't write up dietary plans. We're not licensed to do that. We don't, measure things out or write meal plans for people. But what we do is offer ideas, recipes, ways that you can, the way that I approach it is just crowding out. So you want to start crowding out some of the bad choices or the not as healthy choices with healthier ones. So health coaches really, they work as kind of cheerleaders, supporting your goals, having you take a minute to sit down and think about your overall wellness vision for yourself, where you are, where you want to be as far as, regarding your health and wellness. And we help you kind of to get those small steps to reach the goal that you want to reach. And so while we do work a lot with food and have a lot of knowledge regarding, if you have food allergies or if you're looking to eliminate some of the what's the word I'm looking for?
Things you're sensitive to.
Yeah, like those sensitive foods are the ones that are the most inflammatory. That's the word I was looking for, yeah. So, we are really good at those things. So, nutritionists are licensed and they typically work in hospitals and they, will write like full plans. And so we don't really do that. We do something I think that is different and is just as important, as what nutritionists do.
And I think that accountability piece is a huge one. So I know for myself, when I decided if I was I went through I want to work with Lisa. And then I was like, well, I know a lot of stuff. I've researched a lot. And, my son has food allergies. So I had to delve into that a lot. And for my own health goals, though, I said, just because you know it doesn't mean you're doing it,
That's
right? I think that's where I was like, okay, if you knew it all, then you would be, you would have already reached these goals, right, on your own. So getting that support from someone to check in with and to keep you going, and keep you as the priority, I think, right? That's something I think as, women and mothers a lot that tends to happen to us often is slipping back.
You fall to the bottom of the pile a lot of times.
And so who do you feel like could benefit from your services? So I think, and you don't only work with food, I think that isn't just, not just food,
right,
there's other
correct.
areas.
There's other areas. So I mean, I had a client that I've been working with that had a specific health impairment or diagnosis rather, and so we just kind of worked on getting her moving. So I mean, really, health coaching can be more than just food. It's also about movement. It's about lifestyle, healthy habits. If you're someone that wants to have a morning routine or a nighttime routine to help with sleep and wake cycles, that's something a health coach can help with. If you're someone that's, having difficulty with stress, like you're having high levels of stress in your job and you want some ways to kind of manage stress or think outside the box or have someone hold you accountable to, making sure that you're implementing those stress management techniques, that's something a health coach can help with. So it's really, we're on any part of the spectrum. I definitely always bring food into it just because that's my passion. I love cooking and I love showing people that eating healthfully doesn't mean that you're giving up on taste or on things that you love, or it just means that you're learning a whole new way of eating. And that's really what I try to bring to people too. So even when they're working on other goals, I always, will sneak in a recipe here and there. But
yeah, it's a big component, right? It's a big that's how we fuel our bodies,
that's
how we
right.
give our bodies what it needs to be its healthiest.
That's right.
And what have you seen? So I know your personal journey is what brought you to this. So what have you seen personally, or some other of your clients that benefits they've seen from health and wellness coaching?
So for myself personally, I'll just talk a little bit about that. I have been struggling with digestive issues for a long time, many years. Sleep as well. Those are the two big ones.
I think it's really common, isn't it, these days?
Everyone I talk to has sleep or digestive issues somewhere along the spectrum. So And I knew how important they were to health, especially the sleep component. So I went for sleep studies, I went to see doctors, and they always just ended up wanting to prescribe me medication. And something in my intuition or my gut was telling me that that's not why I'm having trouble sleeping or going to the bathroom. It's not because I, don't have Ambien.
You wanted to get to the root.
Right. I just kept searching to get to the root cause. And so through this journey, I've really worked on doing that, finding out what the root cause is. And I've been working on dietary changes, working with Amanda as well to kind of work on that emotional piece, which I think is huge for me. Just the trauma of watching someone that you love go through a illness that takes away who they are, and you see so much suffering and pain for a long period of time, that has effects that stay with you and stay within your body. And I think that working to release that has really been helping me really see the most benefit that I have in a long time, because I've been working on this for a long time, and I would say right now is where the most success and change that I've seen within my own health.
That's so great. All the pieces kind of falling together, right?
Yes.
Yeah, supporting each other.
So, and I think for my clients overall, I've had some people lose a good amount of weight working with me. So weight is a typical one that people will seek out a health coach for, weight management. And then also working on, so the woman I was working with that had a lot of joint pain, through some dietary changes and some movement, building up some movement into her life, she saw some good results as well. So, I think there's a huge need that I think, like Amanda said, people don't always prioritize their health, and especially moms will kind of place it at the bottom of the pile. And I think that people can really benefit from working on their health now, before, in a preventative fashion. And that's really,
before it gets bad,
that's really where I think we're coming from, is kind of working on that preventative piece.
Yeah, before it gets too bad, before they're screaming at you. I think that's unfortunately what happened to happen for me. Is unfortunately I had to see some pretty big, difficult events happen in my life before I was like, wow, I better start taking care of myself. Seeing what health can do in your life.
That's right. And you really realize that when you see someone that has their health taken away and how it impacts every aspect of their life. And so
those around them,
that's right. And then so when you don't have that quality of life, or when you're watching someone that you care about has no quality of life, and you are just, like you said, how it affects every other family member and person that knows, it's very eye-opening, and it's something that once you know and you've seen, you just want to kind of help other people avoid that place, because it's not a good place to be. So
that we can't take that for granted, right? We can't take for granted our health, and that will always be here. So how can we work with you? How does someone start working with you, and what are your options for working with you?
So to work with me, you can either go on my website, and there's a contact button for a free consultation, or you can go on my Instagram or Facebook page at From the Inside Out Health Coach. So I currently offer 2 programs on my own, and then we're going to talk a little bit about a joint program that we're offering. So I have a 30-day Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and that is a package that includes some health coaching and then some nutrient-dense superfoods and supplements that kind of work in conjunction with kind of building up your health again. So I won't go into it, but a lot of things that we eat today, even that it's organically grown, the soil health is a big component in the amount of nutrients that's within the food that we consume. And so we are all very nutrient deficient, just based on our farming practices and how the soil is just being depleted over time. And so these products are really nutrient dense. They're grown in regenerative soil, and they're meant to kind of give your body back all those nutrients that you've been needing and wanting. And I have to say, it's been a game changer in food cravings for myself and my husband, and for the people that have been doing it. I have a few clients that are doing it as well, but they're finding big difference within their overall, the way that they feel, but also, you know, just cravings in general. I think when you're nutrient deficient, you're kind of always looking for something to kind of fill that need. Yeah. And then the other program I offer is just the health coaching program. So you could do either month to month or a 3 to 6 month program where we work on kind of whatever goals that you have for yourself. You know, I do an exploratory, I always do a free consultation where we sit and we just explore, you know, where you are, where you see yourself, what you want to see for your health and wellness, and we just see if we're a good fit to work with each other, and then we formulate some goals and we just work together to work to reach those goals. And I usually do 2 sessions a month that we do either virtually or in person, and then you know, I send information, I do some text messages just to kind of give support on the times when we're not meeting. So
I love that part. I love the text check-ins. Really
like how are we doing? You need any support?
Right? Because that's when you're gonna. It's great. You feel motivated when you're in the session, but then I think that, you know, that in between time is where you probably need that little pep talk once in a while. Yeah.
So I do try to you know, I do that and offer that within the sessions as well. And then Amanda and I are doing a 360 Jumpstart Your Health 360 wellness program that we are working together, because I know for my own self, when I started introducing acupuncture and Reiki and some breathing and meditation, all these, the parts of health that work on your emotional and your stress levels, that's when
energetic and spiritual piece. Yeah.
That's when I really started seeing the most benefit within my gut health. So I think that's a huge piece for me, and I think it's a big piece that's missing for other people. And so just through collaborating with Amanda and talking, we decided that it would be such a great partnership to have, you know, health coaching, and then also have the support of a Reiki master to kind of work on that energetic piece and to kind of free up some of that stagnant energy that is just not serving you or the health goals that you see for yourself. So
right. So we feel like we have that 360 perspective on it now. So I think you can be doing all those right things, but if there's still that energetic piece underneath there where things are stuck and things aren't moving, then you'll kind of be stuck in that cycle where you're not quite where you want to be. Maybe you'll see a little bit of progress, but then fall back, or you'll be kind of just plateauing. So having the health and wellness piece, as well as the spiritual energetic piece, we're hoping to get you to your goals that you're looking for. So Reiki can really help support those goals by helping to clear out that traumatic energy, that's still in your body. So whatever traumas, physical or emotional, that we've been through can sometimes be stuck in there, and without realizing it, are holding you back. The Reiki helps get us into that rest and digest mode where we can, our body does its own restoring. So if we're always in that fight or flight, go, go, go mode, we don't often give our body that time. And reducing the stress, helping with sleep, these are all things that will help with those overall wellness goals that you have. You know, and after each session, leaving feeling light, balanced, and energized.
Ready to take on your health coaching goals.
Motivated for your goals. That's where you need to be, right? If you're in that, you know, that energized, balanced mode, that's where we feel our best. So for our package, there'll be 2 60-minute Reiki sessions with myself, and then 2 health coaching sessions with Lisa.
That's right. And the check-ins, the text check-ins, and some
don't
information.
Forget the text check-ins.
Right. Yeah, so we just thought, what a great way, you know, once you are working on all that energy and getting it moving, you're so much more open, like she said, and motivated to work on your health coaching goals, you know, whatever they may be, whether it's to, you know, lose weight, or just have more energy, or to reduce stress, you know, whatever you want to work on, the 2 together will help just balance your overall health.
Yeah. So we thought this was a nice, we're calling it the Jumpstart, because it's a great jumpstart. It's a month-long program, just get you going on your goals, get that both pieces working together. Yeah. So I think if you are interested in getting started with either just the health and wellness coaching, then you can check out Lisa, InsideOutHealthCoach.com is her website, or her Instagram handle @FromTheInsideOutHealthCoach. And but if you think that the combo package is what you're needing right now, we'd love to help support you with that.
Yeah.
So reach out to either one of us and let us know if you'd like to get started.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here, Lisa. So so interesting to hear more about health and wellness coaching, and amazing. Love to, all your knowledge is so needed.
Thank you.
All right.
Ditto.
And thank you so much for being here and watching today. So just reach out if you need some more info, if you're ready to get started. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.